Hey Cancer, I'm Empress Rose. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't, or go look at your other major placements if this doesn't seem to be your storyline here. Let's see here. Starting off with the Oracle decks, Oracle Mystical Moments today, and then we'll move on to more traditional tarot spread after we get these first couple cards out. All right. Oh, protecting while you wait. Oh my goodness. This is very fascinating. I was just, yeah. Interesting, some repeats here. So protective nest. So we have you waiting for the time to be right. Protecting something, possibly a project, possibly a plan. Being a little secretive about something. Maybe an idea. These are ideas that you might be secretive about, and this is a plan or a project that you might be being secretive about. We also have you being secretive about more. What else is new for Cancers here? We have this not talking, holding back. We've got the throat chakra represented here multiple times. We have messages that could be sent, but you're refraining, you're holding back. You're waiting. There's something about divine timing here. There's something about waiting for the time to be right. It just doesn't seem to be right yet to talk, to say what you need to say. So, but you do have something to say, and you're being very protective. We don't necessarily have a secret here. It's not like a secret TM. We could have gotten the secret card. It exists in this deck. But we have just something that the time just isn't right. It's an idea, and it's staying put. We're not talking about it. We're not making actions about it. We're not announcing anything. There's something we want to do or something we want to say, but we're waiting for the time to be right. We're waiting for some sort of signal, some sort of go sign, something like that. And then we also have bloom. But again, this is like a listening. We're maybe listening for the signals, listening for the vibe to be right. Like I see this as a little bit of psychic connection here. We're paying attention to something, listening for the vibe to be right here. And there's a lot of growth here. Oh, I love this because we also have a lot of growth going on within these eggs. These eggs are growing and these eggs are developing. These eggs are going to be blooming. They're going to be hatching. Coming out. In the meantime, we're protecting it up until the moment that we need to bloom. So it could be that the moment's coming up because we do have this opening, this expansion and this opening. And I want to say bloom is very much coming through as cracking this egg, opening something up, beginning something that's been on your mind for a while, right? Where someone just got this message too. Very fascinating. We're held tight like the bud. And then like the bud, like the egg, and there's something that's waiting for its moment. Its moment comes and it's ready to go. Here we go. But you've been holding back, and you've been holding back for a long time, waiting for the time to be right. And I think what I'm seeing here with this bloom card is that the time may be about right for this to happen, for this opening up, opening expansion to happen beyond sort of the barriers, this blooming out of the bud stage into a full flower stage, right? There's also a lot of listening here. There's a lot of waiting for messages or the time to be right, or waiting for the energy to be right. Yeah, waiting and listening for that moment, listening for your moment, your cue in a way, right? We can see the actor backstage as the chick in the egg or the bud, and then you get the cue, and there you go out into the light, into the limelight. So we're seeing this bloom card looks like a cue to me. So you're looking for that. We don't want to do anything before we're ready or speak up before we're ready, but it looks, I think your opening or your time is coming in here within the next little bit. Past, present, well, a little operator error here. Past, present, inner landscape, what's at issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Oh, this poor Nine of Wands, man. He's tired. He wants to go to bed, and he keeps showing up in every reading no matter what. There's some sense of exhaustion that's rippling through all of these readings this week. We have in your recent past Knight of Cups. So an emotional movement, something that was wanted, something that was desired, communication about that, movement towards that, an emotional cup. So somebody opened up, somebody had the courage to speak up, someone had the courage to say something. This might have been a person that offered you something, that maybe offered you some love or had a loving communication and connection with. The Knight of Cups isn't always about love. It can be also about just plain old emotions. So there might have been some emotional communication, desire, moving from a place of desire, I feel like. Communicating from a place of desire. Yeah, there are messages here. They took some courage to share. This Knight of Cups does have courage. The message may not have been expertly delivered. The timing may not have been perfect. But in the middle of a storm, some sort of message was delivered, was received. Genuine, authentic emotion. In the current situation, we have the Fool card here. Well, I find this Knight interesting because we have all of this holding back and withholding energy. But this comes, maybe that's a different story, but this comes back from, but this is in the recent past. Is the current situation withholding information or holding back, waiting for the time to be right? Because the recent past has this, it has communication, has open communication. We may have clammed up since then. Maybe it's a different situation, but we may have clammed up since then. But then we have this Fool card, but this is level 0. I feel like this is contemplation, right? The Fool card is, it's level 0, right? The action has not been taken yet. This is the invitation for the leap, into the future, an unknown future. And, this takes place in darkness. I feel like this is just pre-dawn hours, right? It's level 0, it's pre-dawn. It's before the day begins, the solar day begins. And it's before the adventure begins, and we're looking out on this adventure. We're maybe understanding that it's got dangers. Our heart's ready to go, though. I mean, in both of these, we have this dog and this bird that are ready. They're ready to move forward. They're ready to go. They've got energy behind them. They've got energy within them that's eager. We're still contemplating the dangers of moving forward here. So, but I feel like this is pre-dawn. This is before action is taken, and we're looking at taking a leap. We're considering taking a leap. Part of us is very eager to take this leap of faith, to move forward into something. There's an eagerness here and looking forward to something. But the way this Fool is coming across, we're not going there yet. We haven't moved yet. We're just looking right now at our options, at the possibility. We're kind of, something's caught our eye. I feel like something's caught your eye, and you're entertaining the possibility of, what if I did that? What if I did go for this? Maybe an offer was made, maybe an offer of a relationship, or even just like someone offering you something and you really liked it. It was a genuine offer, and you're looking at it now, wondering what that would be like, and trying to see the path ahead. It's still in darkness. You're in darkness, but the dawn hasn't come yet. But we have that here too. The dawn for this chick inside this egg has not come yet. But thinking about it. In your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, the Chariot. This is things coming together to move forward. So you're hoping, this would be sort of the next step. You're hoping for things to come together, so there can be some movement forward. You might even be hoping for a team to come together, to work together. Maybe you're hoping to be in charge of something. I feel like you're waiting for what you're hoping to hear or see is the gunshot that starts the race, right? That this is like sitting in the stalls there, the little horsey sitting in the stalls, and then we've got the Chariot. We've got waiting, sort of thinking about what it's going to be like when that gunshot goes, when you really start moving, when things start coming together. So you're hoping for things to come together. You might even be waiting for a sign, waiting for something to show you when to go. When is it that, we're in this contemplative mode, but when is it time to actually leap? When is it time to go forward? When is the motion going to happen? And you're looking for that. You're wondering about that, what that looks like. When this, when does the race actually start? I'm in my, in my chute, waiting for the race to start. I'm ready. I'm eager. I'm ready to get going with this. I'm ready to move this forward. So just looking for the sign, the go sign. It looks like with this Chariot, wanting to move forward with something and looking for everything to line up, everything to come together for that. You might be wanting to go somewhere with this Knight and this Chariot. You might be wanting to go somewhere. You might be thinking about an actual trip and trying to figure out maybe some of the details, or wanting to know how this whole trip is going to come together, wanting a sign, waiting for a sign, I feel like is what I'm getting. Waiting for a sign that it's time to go on this journey that you've been planning or thinking about, or do this thing that you've been thinking about, or talk about this thing that you've been thinking about. Waiting for a sign. What's at issue here is Queen of Cups in reverse. So that's interesting. We have the Knight of Cups here, and we have the Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups in reverse, this is someone that has some emotional regulation issues, someone that doesn't know how they feel. So there might be some confusion. This might be you. This might be somebody else that might have some conflicting feelings about this. They're not very sure. They're not sure how they feel. They're not really even trying to figure it out. There's some sort of emotional process here that's not cohesive and not organized or orderly. There's some kind of, it's like maybe with this Chariot, right, we have to have the two opposites coming together, and maybe one of those swans here doesn't, right? It's almost like this bird's ready and another bird, and you're this other bird holding it back. Or these two birds, we're wanting them to come together. We're wanting these two birds to come together and work together and be able to move something forward together. But one of these birds, I think, isn't fully on board with it. Either they're very confused, they're emotionally confused. They could be depressed. They could be experiencing some anxiety, some depression, some inner turmoil, inner conflict. Someone's having a lot of inner conflict. I almost want to say some mental illness here or something like that. Someone's, they may be unaware of it, because the Queen of Cups in the upright has some sort of self-awareness. She's journaling. She may not be sharing how she feels. Right, that's what's interesting, is like this is not sharing, someone's not sharing how they feel, but over here with this Queen of Cups, we have someone who's doesn't even know how they feel and may have some internal disorganization, dissembling going on here, kind of falling apart or not. So I don't want to like pathologize not knowing how you feel, because that's pretty normal. There's always a process. Sometimes we never know how we feel. Sometimes we feel conflicting things, which might be what this Queen of Cups is pointing at. Someone here feeling very conflicted about something. Or it can range from something as mild as like feeling conflicted about something to someone who's got some serious disorganization in their psyche and their heart, kind of a war going on there. And not only do they not know what they think, but it's chaotic. Their feelings are very chaotic. So there could be, because mental health is like, and emotional health is like a range. So we could be talking about someone who just doesn't know how they feel, or we could be talking about the range all the way to someone who's very, I want to say psychotic, but it's more like emotionally labile, emotional lability here, and they don't, difficulty regulating their emotions, not only much, so it's going to be a range from 1 to 10. So in the environment, we have the Hierophant. We have sort of this rules and regulations. I like the Hierophant in the environment. It's a rules and regulations. There's an institution. There's some sort of institution. Oh, this person could be in an institution. There's some sort of institution here. There's some sort of an organization. There are rules. There are rules that have to be followed, have to be adhered to. There's a lot of I dotting, T crossing. This is, like, you want to get a job, and there's like this whole, now especially online, you can't just go talk to people. You have to like go fill out this form, and then they want you to upload a PDF of the form you just filled out, and there's like all sorts of kind of confusing rules and regulations about what you've got to do, and I dotting and T crossing, and half of it doesn't make any sense, but that's just the way this sort of Byzantine, or this confusing, I see a lot of confusion, like, and there's so there's some sort of organization here that's having quite an effect on the situation that you're having to deal with. Some sort of organization, some sort of institution, and it's external to you. It's part of this whole situation. There's some sort of institution that has to be, they have to get their dues. If you want to move forward, you have to play by their rules and do their things that they're asking you to do, right? That's the Hierophant. The Hierophant could also refer to a religious leader. This religious leader doesn't seem to have a lot of passion. There's a lot of like bitterness that's crept in with having to follow all these rules in order to get what they want. But there's some sort of external structure here that's imposing some rules and regulations on this situation, that's making it frustrating to navigate, or there's something about having to beg and plead with this organization, and you have to do what they want you to do, basically. There's not a lot of ways around it. You want their cookies, you have to ask the way they've told you to ask to get the cookies. So not a lot. These institutions are so inhumane and huge sometimes, that you just have to, there's not a lot of ways around it. So that's what I'm seeing in your environment. Your to-do list: celebrate your successes. This is Six of Wands. This is parade energy. Go to the parade, go to the celebration, celebrate successes. You celebrating, other people will want to join in. Other people went in on this. This is success. Now, I don't think that you just be successful. There's a lot of unknowns and uncontrollables in the situation. So, but I do feel like we're celebrating some sort of success. We're celebrating maybe even a decision. We're celebrating a choice. There's a public element to this, so we might be opening up about something we've kept secret and to ourselves for a long time. So we might be opening up about that, sharing that with the universe, right? We have this connection to the outside world. So there's something exciting. I'm seeing celebrate the successes you do have. Maybe celebrate a decision. Maybe celebrate another step. But this is like being in community and celebrating success. It's got parade energy. There's some kind of message here too. That's the to-do list, is go to the party, go to the celebration, allow other people to celebrate you. Oh, there's also a sense of Six of Wands can also be like just being open to your community, being allowing your community to support you. And if you're not talking about something, if you've gone through something, or you've not talked about something, or you have a dream and you're not talking about it, it's going to be hard for other people to support you. So there's a lot here about allowing other people to support you. And there's a public element to Six of Wands. There's public support in Six of Wands, and there's your personal victory in Six of Wands. So that's your to-do list. That's the energy to engage in. And where you're headed, Nine of Wands. It looks like there's a lot more to this journey, and you might get a little tired. So this would be a bit like, so definitely look to your community for support, because you've got a long ways to go yet. It's going to be exhausting. You might want to quit something. You might want to quit but the situation won't let you, so you need to find rejuvenation now. This is almost like feeling like a way station here, a party, a rejuvenation, because you've got still a long ways to go. You've got a while to go. You've got some exhausting stuff in front of you. So having fun now when you can, and seeking support from your community now, because this journey isn't over. It's going to go on for a while. You're going to struggle with some, you're going to have some, you're going to take some hits on this journey. We all do. There'll be some wounds. You're going to have to keep going. So tap into your community, celebrate where you can. Pop open that champagne that you keep for a special occasion. Let's just call it today, and that. So I see this bloom as sort of the Six of Wands is opening up to your community, because there's a lot more ahead. So there's a lot to do ahead. There's a lot to fight for. You're kind of things could get exhausting, and you might wish for more support. So now's the time to sort of tap your support system as you move forward in this battle. So, or whatever, this adventure, this journey, there might come a point where you need some help, or you're tired of it, and you think it should be over by now. So it may go on for a little bit longer than you thought. So opening up about something, I think, is what we're seeing, but we're doing it very naturally. We're waiting for an opportunity. We're waiting for the timing to be right. Yeah. So, okay, I hope that was helpful for you, Cancer. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments.